Today, I want to show you 15 people that spoke with me, their regrets about sex and the lies of hookup, casual sex, and multiple partners, their experiences and all of that, okay? All right. Here are 15 dangers of multiple sex partners, casual sex, and hookup. Number one is that you are going to encounter increased risk of STDs and STIs. Here is John's story. John is a 25-year-old guy. He contracted HIV after multiple unprotected sex. See what he told me. He said, I thought I was invisible, but one mistake changed my life forever. Sarah is a 22-year-old. She contracted chlamydia after sex with her guy. Now she's struggling with infertility. She can't get pregnant after that. She said, you know what she told me? I never thought it would happen to me. Painful though. All right. The second problem you're going to have when you start your multiple sex partner, when you start hookup and, regular casual sex, prepare for emotional detachment issues. Hear what Mike told me. Mike is a 28-year-old guy. He said who has struggled to form meaningful connections after multiple casual encounters with women. You know what he said to me? He said, I feel empty inside. Emily is a 26-year-old and I've experienced emotional trauma after multiple active and abusive relationships and sexual escapades with guys. You know what she said to me? She said, I lost myself in the process. The third thing you're going to be exposed to when you get involved in multiple sex partner, hookup, and casual sex is that you're going to encounter what they call guilt and shame. See, hear what David told me. David is 30-year-old and he regrets his infidelity. He lost his fiancée after one of those encounters. He said, I am haunted by my mistakes. Rachel is 24-year-old. This young lady developed depression after multiple sex encounters. She said, you know what she told me? He said, I feel dirty and ashamed. The third thing you're going to experience is relationship instabilities. Your relationship are going to become very unstable. Hear what James, who is 29-year-old, told me. He struggled to maintain healthy relationship after multiple sex partners. He said to me, I kept sabotaging my relationships. Amanda is 27 years old. She experienced casual, repeated heartbreaks and casual relationships. Nothing serious, nothing leading to marriage. You know what she told me? He said, I lost trust in men. The fifth thing you're going to experience is unintended pregnancies. Brian, who is 25-year-old, fathered a child with a casual partner. Now he's struggling with co-parenting. You know what he said to me? He said, I wasn't prepared for the responsibility. Jessica, who's 23 years old, had an abortion after unintended pregnancy. You know what she said to me? He said it was a very painful decision. Number 6 is that you are going to experience sexual dissatisfaction with one person. Now, Chris is 27 years old. He has developed sexual addiction after multiple sexual encounters. You know what he said to me? He said, I have lost complete control when it comes to sexual intercourse with women. Samantha, who is 25 years old, felt highly unfulfilled after multiple short-term relationships. You know what she said to me? I craved intimacy, yet I can't have it. Number 7 is that you are going to experience a loss of intimacy when you are with the real person you love. Now look at me. Robert, who is 31 years old, experienced emotional numbness after multiple short-term relationships with women. You know what he said to me? He said, I lost touch with my emotions. He said, I couldn't connect with my emotions anymore. And that is exactly what happens. Olivia who is 28 years old, struggled to form deep connections with guys after having a series of sexual encounters with men. You know what she said to me? She said, I felt disconnected. Number 8 is that you are going to experience depression and anxiety. Kelvin is a 29-year-old guy. He battled depression after multiple failed relationships and being sexually involved, and he was sexual with all of them. He said, I felt hopeless. Sophia is a 26-year-old lady who developed anxiety after multiple casual encounters with guys. You know what she said to me? She said, I am constantly worried. Number 9 is that you are going to experience self-esteem issues. You're going to have issues with self-identity. Tom is 28 years old. This guy struggled with his self-worth after multiple rejection from different women. You know what he said to me? He said, I felt completely worthless. Isabel is 24-year-old. This lady developed low self-esteem after multiple sexual relationships with different men. You know what she said to me? She said, I completely lost my identity. Number 10 is called the objectification of partners. Now, Alex is 30 years old. This guy viewed women as objects. When he meets a woman, he sees them as things and tools he uses to satisfy himself, not as a person, not as a people. How will this guy settle down with a real woman when he intends to marry? 30-year-old guy. You know what he said to me? He said, I realize I have hurt a lot of women. Maya is 27 years old. This lady felt objectified after multiple sexual sex encounters with guys. You know what she said to me? She said, I felt used. She was one of Alex's toys, in quote. Number 11 is you're going to have increased risk of HIV and AIDS. Mark is 25 years old. He contracted HIV after unprotected sex. You know what he said to me? He said, I wish I had known the risk. Lisa is 23 years old. She lost her parents to HIV/AIDS. You know what he said to me? He said it was completely devastating. Number 12 is the vulnerability to exploitation. Jack is 29-year-old. He was exploited emotionally and financially. You know what he said? He said, I was blinded by love. Then Hannah is 26 years old. She experienced emotional total manipulations. You know what she said to me? She said, I was trapped. And that is one of the tools you experience when you get involved in casual sex, hookup, and of course, multiple sex partners. Number 13 is difficulty in forming healthy connections with the opposite sex. Ryan is 28 years old. He struggled to form meaningful relationships with your opposite sex. And he's 28 years old. He doesn't know how to maintain a stable and healthy relationship. Do you know what he said to me? He said, I felt completely disconnected. Linda is 25 years old, and she had difficulty in trusting people, especially the opposite sex. You know what she said to me? He said, I just end up building walls with them. Number 14 is the risk of sexual addiction. You can get addicted to sex. Here is Michael. Michael said he battled sexual addiction for many years. He said, I completely lost myself in the art. And here is Daniela. Daniela is 27 years old. She struggled with compulsive behavior. She said, I felt completely and totally ashamed of myself. Number 15 is spiritual or moral conflict. Daniel, who is a 29-year-old, struggled with guilt and shame. You know what he said? He said, I compromised my values. And here is Lizzie, 26 years old. She said she experienced inner conflict. She said, I questioned my faith. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. Sex is not what you think it is. Everything about sex is spiritual. There is a video I did about where your soul goes to when you have sex. There are 3 places your soul goes to. Go and watch that video on my channel. It will help you a lot. It will put your senses back in control. Listen to me. This video you just watched is very powerful. And I want you to share this video. Let it get to someone. Stop breaking the rules that govern the use of sex. You didn't create it. It is a product you made. Sex is not what you use to enjoy yourself and have fun and have satisfaction. You're going to end up hurting yourself and hurting so many people out there. I adjure you and I caution you to take it slowly. Listen, if it's so hard for you to control yourself and put yourself under control, then I want you to trust God. Why not you can hand over your life to Jesus Christ, surrender, and let Jesus help you all through. You can give me a private chat and we can talk, okay? All right. God bless you. Subscribe to my channel. I will see you in my next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.